Welcome back. Widespread labor shortages are hampering the U.S. economy, and there's data to back it up. Despite the Fed's latest efforts to cool off the red-hot jobs market, there are still more than 10 million positions vacant, with 1.7 opportunities available for each applicant. Now, one explanation economists are providing for the shortage of filled positions is the decline on immigration rates. Adam Ozimek, Economic Innovation Group Chief Economist, he joins us now. And let me just ask you, maybe you could give us a bird's eye view of the situation. This is a problem with immigration, not enough immigrants to fill jobs that we had before the pandemic. Pandemic definitely ratcheted up a lot of those pressures. I'm just wondering where we're situated now as we exit, hopefully, the pandemic.
Sure. I think it's really important to contrast two ideas. One is that lack of immigration is a cause of the labor market shortage, and the other is that more immigration could help alleviate some of the immigration shortages. This is important because immigrants, when they come here, they don't just bring more labor supply and do jobs. They also create more demand. That means they spend money on houses and cars and furniture and all the stuff that's in shortage right now. So it's not as simple as saying that, if all the people who had planned on coming here, who would have otherwise come here, had come, we wouldn't have labor market shortages. But it is the case that because immigrants are so flexible, because they're very geographically mobile and they move towards opportunity, they could help alleviate the acute labor market shortages we have today.
And many economists are citing some rule changes by the Trump administration as the genesis of this current problem. What did the Trump administration do that is still alive and well today, that we're still seeing the impact of?
Yeah, so they did a variety of things to reduce immigration. Some of them, like banning immigrants from certain countries, was very big and transparent, and obviously made the U.S. look like not as great of a destination from that perspective. Other things are more technocratic, like trying to make it harder for skilled workers' spouses to get jobs. Other things are very administratively detailed. So it's a lot of stuff that they did that's taking some time to unwind. And some of it, we just need more funding to help the immigration system work faster and work smoother. Processing times were going up before the pandemic, and they went up a lot more during the pandemic. And that's a matter of providing more funding so that we can get people moving through the system faster.
And Adam, could you break down this issue, I guess, by job type? We have skilled and unskilled laborers here. Of course, there's an H-2B process within the IRS to be able to obtain a skilled worker's exemption to some of the immigration laws here. How does the situation look when we view it through these two different lenses?
Well, there are shortages in a variety of places and across the skill spectrum. So, for example, on the lower skilled side, you would look at areas like warehousing and some goods manufacturing and logistics as places where you've got relatively high labor shortages. On the more skilled side, you do still have healthcare shortages in a lot of places. We lost a lot of workers there, and that's an area where it's sort of like always shortages. So I would say the predominance of the imbalance between supply and demand is on the lower skilled side, but there are areas across the skill spectrum where we can use more immigrants.
What could Congress do to ease this burden? Is there any legislation put forward that would help close this gap?
Well, you mentioned the H-2B. That's a great example of administrative action that was taken. They increased the cap there for 2023, so they are going to be letting in more workers for non-agricultural, lower skilled labor. That will help somewhat. They could go even further there. I would also say that helping to make immigration more flexible can help. So a lot of times it's hard for those on temporary work visas to change employers. That's true of H-2As. It's also true of H-1Bs, the more skilled visas. Letting workers go to where the opportunity is, where the shortages are, not tying them to one employer, increasing flexibility could be very helpful in addressing some of these acute shortages that we see, and also providing faster, more certain paths to green card. So it's not just about getting workers here. It's about getting them the ability to take whatever job has the highest and best return and where we're seeing the most shortages. So, I would say we should focus both on the temporary work visas and then a faster, more certain path to the green card as well.
Unfortunately, it's become such a political football that both parties retreat to their corner. Hopefully some progress down the road in 23. Adam Ozimek, appreciate you being here. Thanks so much.